Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I'm joined once again by two of our newest Wise Take members. We got KamG333. You can find him on Twitter at KamG333. That's Cam with a K. And then, of course, there's Wisco, the gentleman who was just slowly raising the bulb sign. He is our new social media manager. His name is Wisco, and you can find him on Twitter at WiscoDFS or at Wise_Take. Gentlemen, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Ready to dive into the slate.
Way smoother than the first take. Go for it. Go ahead. I was just saying that was way smoother than the first take, but then.
Let me tell us about yourself first. Where are you at? Patio was talking about the room that you were in last time. Called it a mess hall, waiting for that spotted cow keg to go behind the background.
Yeah.
What room you in? Show us where you're at.
We're just in my apartment complex lobby here, so we got a couple TVs, a couch, a couple more TVs. It's kind of where I go watch a bunch of games at once and do some stuff on my computer. So that's where I hang out.
With your friends, or obviously not with anybody?
Nope, just by myself.
All right.
How are you doing, Wisco?
I'm good. I'm actually, my man card is revoked because White Claw is my new obsession. If you guys have had it or haven't had it, it's amazing. I was gonna tell you the only people I've seen drink that were girls that I was hanging out with. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm all right. White Claw, I'm good. Like that's good. I like it.
Fireball and White Claw, man. That's pretty.
Yep.
That's a pretty interesting combo. I respect it though.
Yeah. So looking forward to tomorrow night's slate. There's some narratives that from my early research. There's narratives, so that's kind of at this point of the season. I think I probably said that 100 times last week, but at this point in the season, you got to look for the narratives and then the stats as well. So I'm going to try to touch on the narratives a little bit. And like CK said, Cam shows his work all the time. He doesn't just say what to do. He says why he's doing it. So I think this will be a good show tonight. And I think we got a good slate tomorrow night as well. So looking forward to it.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Well, each of you, you're both two of the newest team members that we have here, and so we had you on pods for the first time, and it went well. And ironically, both from Wisconsin, both out of Wisconsin.
Yeah. Wait, Wisconsin from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
What gave it away, right?
Weird.
Was it the name Wisco? Was it the two Brewers jerseys in the back, or was it the Brewers hat that he had on?
I don't know, man.
I live in Wisconsin, so I got to cross that bridge every day and give all my Viking and those fans a lot of hell. But I do like the Timberwolves, the Twins, all that. But I just hate the Vikings. Like the Vikings just
dead. Fuck the Vikings.
Yeah, F the Vikings. Totally, yeah, for sure.
Are you wearing a Yankee shirt?
Yeah, I went to the All-Star fiasco at Target Field, so this was the Derek Jeter.
That.
Yeah, the Derek Jeter. Cool. I respect Jeter, so this is one of my favorite shirts because I went to the home run derby, I went to the All-Star stuff, all that. Mike Stanton was, Rizzo. They look like the biggest pimps in the whole world.
You know that Little League field that's like in Miller Park parking lot?
Yeah.
I actually played on that Little League field when the All-Star game was there.
Why? Because you were born in 1995. You're young, son. Yeah. No, but that's cool. I love Miller Park. I love Lambeau. I think U.S. Bank Stadium and Target Field. I think they. That's another discussion, but that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. That's definitely cool. So I'm a little nervous because it's only 11 games. Yesterday we had 15 games. It was a long show. Today there's only 11, so that's not what worries me. What worries me is the first game that we have to talk about today is the Brewers game. And so I'm worried that we're going to spend 45 minutes to an hour talking about this first game. So I'm gonna let you guys say your piece, but I'm gonna have to. If it gets out of hand, I'm gonna have to step in there. I know you guys are passionate about your beer and your Brewers, so I'll give you your time to do your thing. But anyway, guys, you guys ready to jump in here?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's get this done. So the first game we have Aaron Wilkerson of your guys' Milwaukee Brewers visiting Stephen Brault, the lefty of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Wisco, did you want to go first? I think it was, right? Is that what we discussed?
Yeah, I'll just touch on it first and then let Cam dig into it a little bit. Aaron Wilkerson, it's like, what are we going to do tonight? Cam and I are fans of the team. We don't even know about this guy, but this whole series has been kind of a snooze fest. And, I think Cam said last night, we love the Brewers at Miller Park against a home run pitcher. Bro just faced the Brewers a week ago and put up 46 points. Granted, you can say now the Brewers have seen him and they're playing for something. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. He's a lefty, so chances are we're going to see Aguilar at first base at like 2,300. He's going to be a cheap GPP play to hit a home run. Like Cam said last night, if Broxton or Vogt starts, Council might pinch hit them in the 6th inning and beyond. The Brewers also have a 4-game series against the Cubs starting on Thursday, and the Cubs only have like a 3-game lead on the Brewers for the division. The Brewers' only chance at making the playoffs is winning the division. I mean, Colorado and Arizona are most likely going to be the wild card plays. So they have a lot to play for tomorrow, and the next day and the next day and the next day, and that's what we're going to be looking for. But like we said, Bro, whatever his name is, he did very well against him last time. But Brewers got to win. They got to win that game.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Kim, what do you think?
So first look at this. I don't really know much about this Wilkerson guy. I just took a glance at his stats, and he looks like he actually had some pretty good strikeout numbers in AA and AAA. He's got 159 strikeouts and 147 innings down there in 2016, and then he's been working his way up to the majors this year. I think we probably got him in that trade for, between Boston with Shaw. So I don't really know all that about him. So obviously I'm not going to be playing him. And I don't really know who I would target against him. I'm going to have to be researching that tomorrow if that's going to be something I want to do or not. So right now that's kind of a big question mark with me there. So Pittsburgh bats are on hold for me, and I'm not going to be pitching Wilkerson tomorrow. Stephen Brault, he comes in with the second lowest K percentage on the slate at 12.9. The upside isn't there. I know Wisco said that he got 46 FanDuel points last time he played against the Brewers, but I don't know. I'm not buying that really. He's got a 5.41 xFIP against lefties and a 5.78 xFIP against righties. So we're indicating some regression there. I think the Brewers won't do nearly as bad as they did against them in the first go about, but I probably won't be stacking against Brault here. But someone I want to mention is Broxton. Last time they faced him, he's got great BVP, 6 at-bats, 3 hits, 3 doubles, and a stolen base. And he was caught stealing once too, so that means he attempted to try and steal 2 bases, so I really like that. You can get a guy at his price at 2.2 who has good BVP, showed some power, and then tried to attempt 2 stolen bases and swiped one of them. That's an extra 6 points, possibly 12 points there that you can get in your lineup. That's something I like a lot. So that's probably the only play I will be targeting tomorrow is Broxton.
Okay, so it wasn't all that bad. Yeah, you guys did well. You talked about your team, and you kept it civil. We'll say. Um,
Oh, did we say like fuck the Cubs or anything like that?
oh, we did
Take that.
keep it civil.
Fuck the Cubs. You have to edit that. Fine, but
That's how I'll end the Brewers.
yeah, and the Bears too. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
And the Lions, put all in there.
So what do you guys just hate everybody? Is that what it is? We just hate everyone. That's how they do. Hey, I'm not hating, man. I get it. I'm with it. Let's do it. Fuck them all.
Haters gonna hate.
No, exactly.
All right, man. Talk to me about Alex Wood of Patio Joe, who's Los Angeles Dodgers, as they visit Jake Thompson of the Philadelphia Phillies. What you got, Wisco?
Oh, I got a question first. Did Patio do 5 questions with Cam last night?
Yeah,
Yes, he
he
did.
did 5 questions.
Oh, he did. All right.
Oh yeah.
I want to do 2 questions later.
All right,
I'm gonna do two questions.
You gotta cue
All right.
up some music then, like he did, right?
Dodgers, Phillies. I mean, Alex Wood, Jake Thompson. I don't like 2 nights ago. I was all in on the Dodgers, and I just don't know like how interested they are right now. It's hard to say. You know, when you get these teams that have a playoff guarantee and stuff, like what's their preparation like? What are they doing? So when you get good prices on them, and you look at your lineup and you put your pitcher in, and all the team that makes sense in your lineup seems so easy. It's like, well, what's wrong with this? Well, that's what I found 2 nights ago with the Dodgers. So the Dodgers right now, like I think after the other night, I'm done like team stacking them no matter who they're playing against. I think like James Shields is on this slate, but they're not facing them. But like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to do like one-offs with the Dodgers the rest of the year. I'm not going to take Alex Wood. You know, I don't know what to do with this game. Hoskins is now first base on is it FanDuel? That changes everything. But you know, this game is kind of it's kind of weird, you know, and you're not going to take a pitcher or really make a stack, I don't think, because they haven't proven to be stack worthy. I don't know what to do with it. And that's why, you know, I'm interested to see what you think, Cam.
Yeah, so I mean, the Dodgers just scored 2 runs again tonight. So we're seeing kind of a trend here that, I mean, they just haven't really been putting up any runs on the board at all. They have a 5.2 run total tomorrow. They get Jake Thompson on the hill, who is not a good pitcher at all. I know last time he did really well against the Marlins, but you got to note their lineup that they had in. They took out all 3 of their outfielders. So that's like the core of their lineup that he had to face or didn't have to face there. So I'm going to kind of throw out that game. Other than that, on FanDuel, he's kind of like an up and down guy. Like he went 40, 0, 40. And then 12, 15 before that. He doesn't have good numbers. XFIP 5.94 versus lefties and 5.32 versus righties. Gives up the damage versus the right-handed hitters. 2.49 home runs per 9 to the right side, with hard contact up on the right side and decreased ground ball percentage on the right side. So if I'm going to attack Jake Thompson tomorrow, it's going to be at the right-handed bats for the Dodgers. You know, they have a couple guys who can show some pop. You got Taylor, you got Turner, you got Puig. If I had to pick right now, it would be Turner and Puig. I think Taylor's been kind of cold lately. So I know he had that inside the park home run, but that's about it from him. And then Alex Wood, I don't know, he's kind of an interesting guy. I was on him at the beginning of the year, but then after that injury or whatever he had where his velocity decreased, he just hasn't really been the same pitcher ever since. Against Washington, he did just put up 52 FanDuel points with 8 Ks, got the win, got the quality start. But with these Dodgers now, you can't really like go for that win, which is an extra 6 points. You're not really guaranteed that win at all. The Phillies have been that pesky team, like I mentioned yesterday. Altherr, I think his name has been heating up. I think he's got back-to-back games with a home run.
And wasn't that the first ever Grand Slam against Kershaw?
Yeah, first of his career given up. So, yeah, so they've been oh, what the heck? Hoskins is back on outfield for FanDuel. Interesting.
After one day?
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at it right now, and he's back up there. 4.3K in the outfield. So, nice FanDuel. Just a little switch up there for one day. But, so yeah, I'm not going to be targeting Wood, but I'm probably not going to be pitching him either because I'm more of a guy who I like to see guys do something consistently before I pay up, I guess, at 9.4K for Wood. So if anything, I'm going to be going with the Dodgers right-handed bats in this game. I also don't mind Seager at that value. I think still on FanDuel at what is he, 2.9K tomorrow. So I also like that play.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on the Dodgers. Definitely like the Dodger bats against Thompson. Nola is a beast, man. I'm not gonna let that defer me from the Dodgers. I was on Nola today. Nola's just good, and he's just a good pitcher. So I definitely think it's a change of pace with Jake. You make a great point about throwing out that last game. It was a terrible like a minor league type lineup.
That was an insane lineup.
Right, right. So I'm definitely with you there. And as far as Wood, I think in deeper tournaments, I think I wouldn't mind taking a few of these Phillies. Obviously, like Hoskins, you can take him like regardless. He's a top play every day. But like some of these other guys, like Altherr, like you mentioned, maybe even Galvis or Franco. As you said, this Phillies team, like they've been pesky and they've been kind of heating up a little bit. They came back from against Darvish today. Darvish pitched well, but eventually the Phillies just came back and they started hitting. So it's hard not to it's hard to really rule them out anyway. And I'm with you guys. I definitely don't want to take any pitchers against them right now.
Yeah, even I know they faced Nola, who's a beast today, but even in like the last 14 days, we've seen that the Dodgers really haven't been the same Dodgers that we know them to be. They're striking out at a 24% or 25% clip with an 82 WRC plus in the last 14 days. So they're just not the offense that we're used to seeing. So if I would do it, I'd do one-offs. I don't know if I want to completely stack, kind of like Wisco said. So.
Gotcha. All right, we got Chris Sale of the Boston Red Sox visiting Wade Miley of the Baltimore Orioles. Go ahead, Wisco.
Chris Sale. God, he screwed everybody the other night. I don't know. This is just weird, like I don't know how committed these teams are. Like, the last few nights, Kershaw gave up his first Grand Slam last night. Sale's getting, just it seems like it's a weird time of the year. How much cash games are you going to play? If you're going to play, you're probably going to do Sale, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, it's just, this is a weird game, and that makes tomorrow a weird slate as well. Wade Miley, Chris Young, we see him from time to time being like a top play. He might be batting second. He's 2.2 on FanDuel, like, we just got to see what happens tomorrow, but you got to, at this time of the year, I mean, narrative-wise, the Red Sox and the Yankees they're battling it. I mean, there's some teams that they have their spot made. It seems like Boston and New York are still going for it. So I mean, there's some narrative there, but Sale should try to light them up. But I don't know. I've been getting screwed on playing the chalk pitcher lately. So it's a weird time of the year. What do you do? Sale with chalk, I guess. Cash.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be pitching Sale tomorrow for sure.
Well, in Boston, I wanted to say too, Boston's lineup today, that was really awkward, It was like all of a sudden they were like batting their catcher when he normally bats like 8. They had, it seemed like almost today they're preparing for tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow it's worth it to go Sale again, but I don't know. It's just a weird time of the year. I think that Sale. My notes here quickly. Sorry, I know you were gonna say something, Cam, but
No, you're good.
5 innings, 6 innings, 4 innings, 7, 3. Sale and Max lately. It's not fun when you play the chalk pitcher that everyone should have, and he sucks. It's not that much fun. So this time of the year, it's like you kind of got to scale it down what you're going to play, but still know that Sale's probably the cash pitcher tomorrow. But don't, just take it with a grain of salt because of the time of the year. But the narrative is Boston and New York are still battling for.
Right.
They both still have something to play for.
Yep. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
They still have something to play with. They still have something to play with. I'm sorry, Cam. Go ahead, my man.
No, it's all good. Yeah. So, like I was saying, I'll be going with Sale tomorrow for sure. I mentioned yesterday on the podcast that Boston has just been really bad lately. Baltimore's just been really bad lately. They're super cold. They scored 0 runs again today. So besides that one game, I think recently they've been just terrible. So I want to roll with Sale. I'll be going with him. Let's see the numbers on the left-handed pitching.
Are you going to think about putting Beckham against him?
Let me look at. Is it a BVP there?
Oh, he's.
Beckham just.
Oh no, he's at. Beckham's actually 0 for 11 with 6 Ks against Sale.
So GPP play of the day against the left.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, right? Sale's been mediocre, and no one's going to play him against Sale, and Beckham crushes lefties. So
yeah, but Beckham is such a heavy strikeout guy. That's the only problem. And he's not. If you were getting a discount, that's one thing. But they want you to pay 3.7 against Chris Sale.
GPP.
Yeah.
No. For GPPs, he's definitely in play.
Yeah.
But
GPP.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be very high up on my list. If he wasn't a high strikeout guy, then I could sort of think about Beckham. But to me, he just strikes out way too much, and he's getting one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball. What do you got, Cam?
Yeah, so like I said, I like Sale tomorrow. I've actually I've been successful the last couple of times he's pitched on fading him, and it's actually allowed me to go up the standings a lot. I just didn't like that matchup recently that he had against who was it? I know he's been getting shelled against the Indians, and then the Yankees I didn't like, and then the Rays pitching at Tampa Bay's ballpark. So I didn't like that there. But I like Sale tomorrow. Like I was saying, Baltimore's just been not good recently. They got a 22% K percentage with a below average WRC plus at 99. So we're sitting a little below average. And then I don't know. I just like paying up for pitcher. Like I said yesterday, I think I know what I'm getting out of Sale, and I'm just gonna roll with it. Wade Miley, on the other hand, is not a good pitcher at all. You're gonna want to attack him with the right-handed bats for sure. That's where he's given up his damage this year. He's got a 1.54 home runs per 9 with a 4.71 xFIP. With some hard contact. Not actually a lot of hard contact, mostly medium, but I just know from experience that the righties touch him up. So I would put guys like Mookie, Hanley, maybe Bogarts, but I know a lot of people are always on Chris Young at 2.2K batting second for Boston, but I feel like that's always the chalkiest punt play, always, and he always goes pretty high owned, and I always fade him because I don't like playing a chalky punt play at all. So I don't know. I never really play Chris Young at all. So guys that you might want to attack with against Sale would be Machado if I had to. He's got 14 at bats, 5 hits, 1 home run. and then 357 average. But probably won't be attacking Sale with Machado because I'll be able to get something else at third base on the slate.
Yeah, man. I think you guys got it. Wisco, you got the right idea with Chris Sale as your cash option. On FanDuel, we also got Robbie Ray, who we'll talk about later, and he's like $200 cheaper, so he's priced up against the Padres. So like, this is the rare situation, I think, where if you don't want to play Chris Sale, you don't have to in a cash game. Like,
we're probably going to see ownership spaced out too between those two, right?
Yeah. I would imagine that we should see a little bit spaced out. Sale will be higher owned for multiple reasons. Mainly, honestly, besides the fact that he's the more proven over a long, longevity wise, he's been better. But also because he's early, right? People don't want to wait. They don't want to wait until Robbie Ray pitches at the Padres. They want to root for somebody right now. So 7:00 comes, the first game starts, and that's it. They want to see their guy go. So he'll have the edge in popularity just because of that. But Chris Young, it's a great point in cash games. I still think you can go there just because everybody else will. So like if it busts, it's okay. But I definitely dig what you're saying, Cam. In tournaments, just knowing how popular he's going to be, even though he hasn't gotten a hit off a lefty in quite a while, it just seems like it seems like a good idea to pivot from there. Let's go. We got Jake Junis of the Kansas City Royals visiting Brett Anderson, the lefty from the Toronto Blue Jays. What you got, Wisco?
Well, it's one of those games where both teams are kind of just right outside of that playoff contention. So, I mean, they're just playing, that's all they're doing. It's not a game to watch to see what's going on. I don't know. Like, I like Toronto at home, but I also like them a little bit more when they're on the road to get that extra at bat. With the other narratives that are going on, and this game 4.5, 5 on run total, it seems like you might look for BVP and grab like a one-off, but you're not. This is not a game that you're gonna take a pitcher or take a 2-man or 3-man stack. I mean, this is just like a look for BVP, look for a cheap price, slide that in to make your main lineup work, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cam.
So Kansas City is a full cross out for me. They've been struggling. Brett Anderson does not give up damage at all, and his numbers are actually decent. He's got a 3.63 xFIP versus lefty, so he's pretty elite against them. And then righties somewhat get him at a 1.21 home run per 9 with a 4.23 xFIP, but he just limits damage. We've seen there's guys in the league like Martin Perez who's pitching tonight. I'm not sure how he's doing, but he seems like a guy with like average numbers it kind of looks like on paper you can attack him, but he just never really gives up damage. That's kind of who I'd compare Brett Anderson to. 2 earned, 2 earned, 3 earned, 1 earned. I mean, he'll have his starts where he gets touched up. He got touched up against the Cubs twice, but that's probably about the only time he's going to get roughed up. I don't know. I'm not going there. I think Kansas City's been struggling. I mentioned yesterday that their lefties have been struggling. Moose has been awful like lately. He's down to 2.4 on FanDuel. He actually got a double today. But it's like 3-6, 3-0, 0-0, 3-3. So he's struggling. I'm not going there. And then Junis is a guy you can attack with, who I'm going to attack with right-handed hitters. So he's got a 50% fly ball rate to righties, and we like that for trying to attack a long ball here. So we get 40% hard contact, almost a 50% fly ball rate, 49.2. That works pretty well with these Toronto bats, we know. So 5.18 xFIP versus righties, 1.34 home runs per 9. I like the fly ball rate that Junis has against these Blue Jays. So you can get guys like Donaldson, Smoke, Bautista. I like that a lot. So I'll probably be looking into some Blue Jays some more, but I'm going to be crossing off the Royals here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have really no interest in that game at all, so I don't blame you. Luke Weaver of the St. Louis Cardinals visiting Rookie Davis of the Cincinnati Reds. Go ahead, Wisco. What you got?
Well, I think on the live live stream today, someone said something about the Cardinals, and I think CK, I think you said like who? Like I didn't even know they were still in the league. Like people are sleeping on the Cardinals 100%. You know, and when I woke up and made my dummy lineup, I put DeJong at shortstop in my lineup because, you know, I had some certain things in my mind. But at the end of the day, when it comes to lock, you're like, you know, the Cardinals really like they have nothing to play for. They're not that sexy, whatever. But they're always a team that seems to be that GPP. Like you might as well just do like a Cardinals GPP stack every single night. But it's not really. I don't see myself playing the Cardinals in cash games ever anymore. For a while, Pham was just a DFS god. Chapman was that guy that you could pivot off a Rizzo and I mean skyrocket to the top of the leaderboard. I mean it was, but no one is really doing anything with St. Louis anymore. And this is a game where they're on the road in Cincinnati. Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark, home run central. See ya, see ya, see ya. I mean, this is a game where I can't say again. Rookie Davis is pitching for the Reds. Cool. I mean, are we scared of him? St. Louis
Nope.
St. Louis is a team to look at tomorrow. I mean, they're a team that, you know, as we look at tonight, you kind of, like I said last week, you put a little star next to them and you say, let's keep them in mind for tomorrow. They're going to be low. No one cares about St. Louis. People are going to look at the Cubs, the other teams. That's my take. And then anytime you have Cincinnati at home, you look at the lefties, home run central. You know, against Luke Weaver, I like Luke Weaver, but I think St. Louis is a team that you got a GPP look at tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I really like that call a lot, actually. Rookie Davis isn't a good pitcher at all. He's got a 6.46 xFIP versus lefties at almost about 2 home runs per 9 versus the left-handed hitters, and right side isn't much better. He's got a 5.13 xFIP and a 1.54 home runs per 9 to those righties. He doesn't give up much hard contact, but that doesn't concern me all that much in Great American Ballpark, and the xFIP is not very good at all. So I like guys a lot, like Fowler, who's been hot. You can always get Carpenter in there. He's a very low-owned guy. Wong, he hit first today. He's at the top of the order. I like that a lot. And then I don't have a problem with the righties, but I don't know how Pham's been doing, but I would stick mostly to the lefties just because that's kind of my process a little bit. And then I like Luke Weaver.
Went yard tonight, right?
Yeah. Fowler went yard tonight, and he's been hot. He
gets overlooked. I mean, you have so many people are looking at, you know, Stanton. I mean, he gets overlooked.
All the Cardinals get overlooked because tomorrow you're gonna have Carpenter in the same range as guys like Votto and Votto, Bellinger, Edwin Encarnacion, Freddie Freeman. So no one's gonna play Carpenter, and Rookie Davis at Great American Ballpark. That's a great matchup for him.
Yep.
So I like that a lot. I'll have to dive into it more tomorrow and see what's going on there. And then Luke Weaver, that I really like this kid a lot. He has a 32% K percentage and a 30% K percentage from both sides of the plate, with a 2.72 xFIP versus lefties and a 2.58 xFIP versus righties. So this kid's numbers so far in the majors are like beyond the elite level. So I really like him a lot. I know he's going up against. Distracting me now.
He's going up against Bobs.
He's going up against the Reds, but I don't know. I really like the kid. I think he's a really good pitcher. He's impressed me so far with what he's got. He does have a below average matchup versus the Reds, but I don't mind it. I'll have to look into it a little more, but he'll definitely be someone who's on my short list tomorrow. For sure, you get a little bit of a price decrease at 9.6K as opposed to some of those upper tier guys like Sale and Robbie Ray. So then you can drop down to Weaver at 9.6 instead of 11.4 or 11.6%. So I like that a lot. So Weaver's good, and then take the left-handed bats for St. Louis. Something I want to mention, DeJong has been very cold lately, and I looked at his hard contact today when I was researching, and it's down like drastically. It's like 20% hard contact, and personally what I like to do is I like to get guys who are at 35-40 range. Like that's what I like to do with a decent fly ball range or fly ball percentage. So DeJong's kind of a cross out for me. He'll probably go yard tomorrow now that I say that, but his hard contact's down, so I'm not going to be playing him. And then Yachty, I believe, went yard tonight, so that's a guy you might want to keep your eye on. You could go Carpenter, Fowler, Yachty, and then if Wong's at the top of the lineup, you could get a guy there to round out your stack. So I like Cardinals tomorrow for sure, so that's a good take, Wisco.
Yeah, it was funny earlier.
Sorry, Molina is always underowned because he's just not a sexy pick, you know. I feel like for a while there, he was really making people some money, but he just, even when he goes on a 3-4 game stretch of being on fire, people just don't want to do it because he's not gonna, and there's nothing sexy about it, you know.
He does go through those stretches too. It's kind of funny. He's like 18-30, and then he goes 6-6, and then 19, and then 25-35, 25, 3-0-0-0, 12-28 today. So it's like, I don't know. We'll see. But what I
find myself doing is I like Molina in the morning, and then as lineups come out and stuff, all of a sudden I see a batting order, and I'm like, this catcher's batting 5th, and he's 2,200. Molina's 3,100. Like, I'm just like, I have to do it. And then I get off him, and you get that alert. And it's like, Molina, home run. You're just like, oh, God.
No one's going to want to pay up for Molina, really. It's not a sexy pick, so he
definitely
it's not
goes
at all.
So like we're saying, I think maybe St. Louis is an awesome GPP tomorrow night, you know?
Love the ballpark, too.
Yep.
Yeah. No, Molina's having a fantastic year, even if the rest of his team's not. There's a pitcher, though, coming up later, though, that I'm already got my heart set on. So we'll get there for me. So I think Weaver's in play, but I'm not paying 9.6. There's somebody else that I like. John Lester of the Chicago Cubs visiting Tampa.
BK.
What?
Interrupt this program. Please, can I interrupt this program?
Special one, man.
All right. Cam, I have 3 questions for you. What jersey did you wear most as a kid growing up in Wisconsin for the Green Bay Packers? What was your jersey?
Oh, my God. I had so many. Growing up as a kid, I don't even know if I remember that. But I'll go with the one that I have right now. It's Chuck Woodson, Super Bowl champion, white jersey, wear it every game day. So that's awesome. I had Eddie Lacy, but I burned that one. So no, I didn't burn it.
The reason that's cool is because you're born in 95. I'm born in 84. So I'm 11 years older than you. I took the day off of work when Brett Favre retired. I took the day off of work when Brett Favre signed with the Vikings. Like I was like, I can't be here. I'm out. But I never had a Brett Favre jersey. Brett Favre was my guy. But I had every other cool jersey that was there, but I didn't have the Brett Favre jersey. But right now, as an older Packer fan, I have like 4 Aaron Rodgers jerseys. I mean, I have I have the home, the away, his college jersey. I mean, like Pro Bowl, but I never once had a Favre jersey, but he was my guy. So that's why I wanted to ask, 1995, what was your jersey?
Dude, Favre made me cry so many times as a kid. It was insane.
But he's the best. Next question. I only have 3. Who's your favorite AFC team?
My favorite AFC.
If the Packers are not going to win the Super Bowl, who are you going for on the AFC? That's what I wanted.
Packers or no one?
No, AFC. Be an AFC team.
I
You
don't
want
know.
Brady?
Man.
You want Big Ben? Like, what do you?
No, hate all those Texans.
You gonna go
JJ
Houston?
Watt.
All right. And then if the Bears or Vikings were going to win a Super Bowl and one of them's going to happen, who are you going to take? One of them has to do it. Bears or Vikings.
Oh my God, that's
What are you going to
terrible.
do? Yep.
Vikings. Because a lot of my college buddies are from Chicago, and I won't hear the end of it. So
that's how it works. Is I deal with Minnesota fans, you deal with Chicago fans. All right. Okay. I just wanted to know those three things. Let's go.
Man. Cool. No. It's cool, man. Gotta honor the Wisconsin folks, you know. I'm outnumbered here, so. All right. John Lester of the Chicago Cubs visiting Blake Snell of the Tampa Bay Rays. Back to you, Wisco.
All right. So when I look at, like I said, the Brewers, like I hope the Cubs lose the next 400 games they play. But they've won how many in a row? I mean, they're just winning right now. So they're an away team. They get 9 innings. They're going against Snell. Or if you look at the Cubs, normally if it's a righty like Rizzo, I mean, they got some good lefties that you want to target. But at the same time, Contreras is 3.4 on FanDuel tomorrow against Snell. They're on the road. They have to win. I mean, the Brewers are not going to get them, but they're on their tail. As far as the Rays, when I think like if they're playing the Marlins, I'd be like D. Gordon. He's going to steal bases on the Cubs, whatever. But the Rays, I don't know really who steals bases on them. I know from an early look, Souza's like 2.7 on FanDuel. That might be enticing, but really it's like I don't know. The Cubs have to win. They're going to keep going. Hurricane Maria or whatever it's called, that game's going to be in Tampa. Is that game going to even play tomorrow? You know, like we can't get too invested in it. It might not even play. So
yeah, that's for sure. I'm not going to be playing Lester tomorrow. He's kind of a guy.
When's the last time you played him? When's the last time you played Lester?
Never. I never play Lester.
Exactly. I'm not going to play Lester tomorrow. It's like, well, of course, I haven't played him in 6 months.
Yeah, for the most part, he's a guy who's going to get you a ceiling of like 40 maybe. Kind of like Chase Anderson yesterday when I said he's blah. He's like, I mean, I think he peaked at 58 this year, it looks like. But other than that, he gets you around 40, 36. And then he also has that blow-up potential. So I'm not going to be
Darvish where you could have negative points.
Right, exactly. So I'm not gonna be playing a guy who can get me negative points for no ceiling at all. And then Blake Snell, I'm not gonna be pitching Snell either. And then I'll be targeting Snell with the righties for the Cubs. They don't have many besides like Contreras and Bryant. Yeah. Bryant was out of the lineup today. Not sure what that was really about, but I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow. And so if I had to at first glance, I would do like a Contreras 2-4 mini stack with the Cubs here against Snell if I had to right now. So that's about it for the interest for me for this game. I'm not going to be playing any of the pitchers, and I don't really have much interest in the bats either. I want to mention though that CK, can you pronounce this shortstop's name for the Rays? I know you were pretty good yesterday at pronouncing names. So.
Who? Hegavarria?
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Adini Hegavarria.
Yeah, okay. Right off the tongue. Yeah, he's been hitting for like his hard contact is exceptional right now. It's at like a 64% hard contact rate, so that's something that like pops out at me. He
must be on Tampa.
Yeah, he is. But he's 3.5K, so he's way too expensive for me. But kind of just going through my process, that's something that stuck out to me. But especially with the way the Rays have been slumping and everything recently, there's not going to be guys on base at all for him to kind of produce. So I'll be just 2-4 mini stack if I had to tomorrow in that game.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. Cubs been out. I get it. Gio Gonzalez of the Washington Nationals visiting Lucas Sims of the Atlanta Braves. Go ahead, Wisco.
This game is just like I don't even know what to do with this because like I never know what to do with the Nationals lineup and no one's hot and they're still like what do they have? They have the division clinched or something? You know, like what do you do with this team? They don't have Bryce Harper. Murphy went dead cold. Turner came back, but he's expensive, but he does good. Like I don't know what Gio Atlanta, like what do you do? I don't know what to do with this.
Good.
Like, what do you do with this game? I don't know what the hell. I haven't played anyone from the Nationals in weeks because they're just expensive and boring to me. Atlanta, it's like going against Gio. What are you going to do? Freeman? Not really. I don't know. This game is just kind of like, I don't know, boring to me. I don't really have anything on this game. The Nationals are already clinched in the playoffs. Gio, I don't know. This game is just weird to me at this time of the year. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, Gio's fine. He's a guy who I know people like to pitch sometimes. I'm not going to pitch him. I think he got blown up last time he faced this team. So I don't know. I'm definitely not going to be pitching him tomorrow. BVP, the team as a whole hits 346 against him. So that's immediately a red flag. To go with these Nationals side, I like them. I like their righties. So Luke Sims, 2.08 home runs per 9 against the right side of the plate. And then the xFIP for Sims for the lefties is 6.56. So that's indicating to us that there's going to be some regression there and that the lefties are fine too. Zimmerman's been pretty hot as of late, I think. So I like him tomorrow against Sims, who gives up some home runs to the right side. And then guy like Trey Turner is always that one-off play that we talk about. He had a 2-hit night tonight with a walk, and then Rendon's a good play tomorrow too. I think I saw a couple lineups at the top today that had like a 1-3-4 tonight for the Nationals. So I think that was pretty successful. So I like Zimmerman tomorrow, and then guys like who hits good against Gio. Kurt Suzuki hits good against Gio. Let's see, Freeman hits really good against Gio. So a lot of those BVP plays you can play for the Braves tomorrow too. So, but no interest in the pitchers.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense. You know, it's if Murphy's questionable, if he doesn't play, we could be looking at a pretty right-handed heavy lineup. Like the only lefty that they may have is Wieters, who isn't very good. So,
yeah,
kind of takes away an advantage. It's definitely a tough game to pinpoint for sure. This next one, I would expect a lot of people to really want to play. We got James Shield of the Chicago White Sox visiting Brad Peacock of the Houston Astros.
Sorry. Peacock. God, I feel like we used to love that guy.
Used to, yes.
Oh my god. So we're talking about, is it still James Shields, brah?
Oh yeah.
James Shields, brah.
Yes, it is.
You know what's annoying is like we used to talk about how Gossman was the gas man, like
the
awful.
gas can.
Yeah, the gas can. And then it was like, oh, he's actually decent. And they were like, James Shields, brah, like he sucks. And like Trevor Weaver or whatever his name was what's not Luke Weaver, but the other Weaver was a Trevor
Jared
Weaver. Jared, yeah. It was like
about Jared Weaver.
Like, yeah, let's go. But you look at Shields. Like his last games, 33 points, 44 points, 22, 12, 31, like 6 innings, 7, 6, 5, 6. Like James Shields is better than Jared Weaver. I mean, what the fuck?
That's not saying much, dude.
I know, but God, I'm like, oh my
Play
god.
James Shields better than Jared Weaver.
$25 GPP stack, and it's like, oh fuck, James Shields actually did pretty good tonight. I don't know. Like, I might finally not attack James Shields, brah. And he might get blown up tomorrow. But that's the same thing with, like, Bartolo Colon. It's like, oh, my God. Attack Colon. And he's like, oh, you're like, fucking get nothing. Peacock. What the fuck is Houston playing for? I don't know, but their run total is projected at 6.1. That's pretty high, of course, because they're going against James Shields. So what do? Let's see what their prices are at. Hey, you know what? Tell anybody. Don't give this to your other websites. Don't tell anybody this is a wise take. This is a wise take only. Inside scoop. The wind's blowing out. Against James Shields, brah. Let's go. Let's stack Houston tomorrow because it'll finally pay off. Either that, and you know what? Counter it with a James Shields, brah, GPP lineup because he might go 8 innings. All right, that's what I got on that game. White Sox, Houston, 6.1. James Shields, brah, Peacock. Stack it if you want.
What happened? What happened? You got up at one point. You
Yeah, I don't know what he
did. You
did.
came back, you sat down, and then all of a sudden, it's James Shields, bro.
You know what? I was at work. I targeted that. Like, when I looked, I'm going to be on the pod tonight. I was like, all right. I put a sticker on that game, and I said, let's go.
That's why you said
let's
go. Okay.
That's why I had to pee first, because I'm like, let's go. This is James Shields, bro. This is Houston. This is 6.1. I don't know. Take it both. Stack Houston, stack James Shields. Go both ways because
Wisco loves going both ways.
Yeah, do it both. I mean, it's MLB. The season's coming to an end. I am gonna miss it.
So we're playing. So if you're making a lineup, we're starting it with James Shields as the pitcher, and then we're putting in the Astros.
Yeah. No. But have you seen like Beltran's been like 2.1 lately? I mean, it's just Springer's cheap. I don't know. James Shields is awesome. People hate him. Whatever.
Yeah. So
do not play James Shields. Nobody.
No.
Nobody. Just to, I know Wisco's joking, but just to be clear, because he was pretty convincing with the
Let's fucking go James Shields right now.
If you do, you're welcome.
If you do.
Wisco, you have to make a James Shields lineup tomorrow now.
Oh, I guarantee you I will.
All right.
I guess he wasn't kidding. $100
entry, James Shields.
I'm going to also try to play Jared Weaver.
That might pay off.
I mean Luke Weaver.
No, I know, but that's why I said I'm going to try to play Jared Weaver.
Okay.
It's not going to work, but I'm going to try.
All right, so
let's just.
Wow.
That's just my take on a Jared Weaver game. It's like, what are you going to do?
Do I even need to say anything about this game anymore?
What can you say? What can you say?
I don't even know. Just stack James Shields and stack the Astros.
It's like almost just do both. I mean, what do you do? The guy.
You either stack the Astros or you stack the White Sox or you don't touch the game.
Or you stack James Shields.
You stack James Shields, yeah. You put James Shields.
Cash games are so hard this time of the year anyway. I mean,
they are.
You know what I mean? So it's like
I think
just do both. I mean that's my opinion, honestly, because I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I'm playing GPPs only from now on. Like, who knows what's going on? But
I feel like I really have to clarify real quick. I feel like I have to like make sure we're on the same page. We are not playing James Shields. Like we were seriously.
I'm sorry.
I'm just making sure.
Well, like I said, his last 5 games: 33 points, 43 points, 22, 12, 31. It's like that might even be better than Chris Sale's last 5 games. I mean, James Shields is like.
You are so pissed.
7,
That's Chris
5,
Sale.
5, 3, 6. I mean, you might have to throw him in a GPP tomorrow.
Hey man, listen, maybe against the Padres, maybe against the Phillies, maybe against another team that sucks. Not against the Astros at home.
Yeah.
Not against Altuve, not against Correa, not against Springer. You know
no,
what I'm saying?
not with a slate with Robbie Ray who can get 75 points.
Yes.
Like
We're not doing.
at the beginning, how interested are they? I mean, it's narrative season. They have the division clinched.
It's narrative season.
It is. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's like play Ezekiel Elliott in cash games. Play Ezekiel Elliott in cash games. Play Ezekiel Elliott in cash 8 yards.
That was the narrative?
This is just a pissed off Wisco rant here we got.
Dude, I don't know, man. My man went up. He said he took a piss. He went up, took an angry piss. He sat down. No. He's all fired up. Oh yeah, man.
Don't play James Shields. Nobody play James Shields. I'll play him. And no one can yell at me because he sucks. But I'm gonna play him because
it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. I'm just messing with you.
All right.
You can play him if you want to.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave those behind.
Yes, you can dance if you want to. Yes.
Yeah. But I'm gonna play James.
Bro.
All right. Sorry.
James fucking shit.
All right, Robbie Ray of the Arizona Diamondbacks visiting Dinelson Lamet of the San Diego Padres. Real quick, Wisco, before you take over, Lamet is my favorite option, my favorite tournament option on the board tomorrow against these backs. I like this kid Lamet a lot in general. Wisco, what you got here for me, man?
No, and to bring it back down to earth, honestly, like both these pitchers tomorrow are. I've liked Lamet, just like you guys have for the last couple weeks. He's been awesome. So yeah, I'm obviously any pitcher. You know, like the other night, I think who was it? I don't know if it was Kershaw or if it was like there was or Sale. There was a top pitcher, but then like some good GPP lineups were like targeting like the Brewers and the Padres and the White Sox or the Tigers. It's like when a lot of attention is going towards the top pitcher on the slate, and it's like you have to play this top pitcher. You have to still realize that there's some bad teams that strike out a lot in the league, and no matter if you don't really know a lot about that pitcher, you still have to consider them in tournaments because those teams still suck. You know, those teams still strike out a lot. Those teams still have low run totals and whatnot. So any night that you see a top pitcher like Kershaw, Sale, Kluber, Greinke, yada yada, you still have to look and say, who are these teams playing tonight? Because that's still a great single entry GPP play. So, like you said, Lamet, Ray, awesome. They're awesome plays tomorrow night, and they'll probably be low owned because at this time of the year, people are going to look at roto grinders. They're going to look at certain sites that say this is your top play, and they're going to do that and build a chalky lineup, and that's where you get that leg up.
Yeah, I did not. CK, that kind of surprised me. I thought you were going to go with Ray there, but a little pivot to Lamet. I like it. So Lamet here, let's look at this. I know he's got a 34% K rate to right-handed hitters, which is insane. And then he might be able to neutralize Goldschmidt there a little bit, which I like a lot. They haven't the Arizona hasn't had much exposure to Lamet, so they've only faced him 14 at bats. Haven't really done much against him, 246 average. But that 34% K percentage is pretty crazy versus right-handed hitters. And then he gets the home road splits. I'm pretty sure Lamet is a lot better at home, like by far. So we want to pitch Lamet at home. And I like it because we've seen, kind of like Wisco's saying, it's the end of the season. All these teams that you think are really good plays, they kind of flop sometimes. I know today a lot of people are on the D-backs, and they've scored 2 runs today against Travis Wood. So it's like you never really know what's going to happen, and you get a guy at home who's been pretty dominant at home versus a team who's pretty erratic. So I like that. You're getting 8.3K for Lamet. Pretty cheap price there compared to people who are going to be playing Sale and Ray at 11.4. So you get about 3.1K to 3.3K of savings to spend on those bats against those kind of lineups. So I like that. And then Ray is just an elite pitcher this year. 2.02 xFIP versus lefties, 41% K percentage versus lefties, versus righties, 31.4% K percentage, 3.75 xFIP versus the right side. They're batting 189. The Padres are against Ray. So he is worth that price. Now that I'm looking into it, I think Ray is definitely competing with Sale for that top spot at the same price pretty much. So I don't know. I like Ray a lot too. So this is definitely my short list so far would be Sale, Ray, Lamet, and Weaver, and Boobs. And James Shields.
And James Shields. Oh man, yeah. Ray is obviously he's your clear, especially in honestly both formats. I don't see why you wouldn't want to play Ray.
Those numbers are insane, dude.
Yeah.
1.89 BDP, just insane K rates. XFIP is excellent. Like there's really no flaws in that guy's stuff, and he's been on fire lately. 58, 58, 75, 57, 54. I mean, he is going against the Padres. He just K'd 12 of them on the 10th of September. Gave up 2, got the win, got the quality start. So that's some pretty impressive stuff out of him. So he's rounded into form here. So I like that a lot. He's definitely worth the price. I would go actually him over Sale right now. But.
Yes. No, I think I'm 100% with you. I don't see why you wouldn't. He's just been super consistent.
DK, can you talk a little bit about like why you're on Lamet right now, I guess, if you have like an opinion? Because I'm kind of curious on that, because that is a very interesting play to me where you can save.
Yeah, I've been on Lamet pretty much all year. He's got really nasty stuff. He changes speeds. He's got nasty movement. His K upside is incredible. So a lot of the times what we see, first of all, if you take a look at that line, right? Like obviously Robbie Ray is more publicized and more well known than Nelson Lamet, and we know that the Padres the Diamondbacks are a much better team than the San Diego. And to me, a line of 137, it's like I think Vegas believes Lamet has a chance to win here. Like I really do. I think that's why they're only giving you plus 126 to take him. That's not that tempting against a guy like Robbie Ray and a powerful offense like the Diamondbacks. So that in combination with the K rates, we know Arizona's K rate is just in general their offense is horrible on the road, or comparably speaking, to their home splits. And so I also see David Peralta as questionable. Hopefully he's out in my case, and and that goes well for that. But really, it's a point per dollar thing.
Yeah, exactly. And in your case too, I know Lamb's been really cool too.
Yeah,
try and stick that. I mean, that's like that's a power lefty that we're kind of scared of or whatever, but he's been ice cold, so that's something that we don't need to worry about anymore. So that's that's definitely a good play.
People might look at his game logs and like he played Arizona earlier this year in Arizona, and it didn't go so well for him.
Yeah,
but it's a different atmosphere. You actually mentioned his home and away splits, and I'm with it, man. So we know one thing about Arizona is they strike out a ton, and I think Travis Wood is giving him a hard time right now as we speak. So
exactly. I know.
So it's a super low total. It's a really, really low total, and so I do like Robbie Ray. Don't get me wrong. I just think from a point per dollar perspective, I think when you look at Lamet's ceiling's actually pretty high. It's not as high. It's not 75. I don't think like Robbie Ray, obviously, but I don't think.
Right.
But I would take my chances that Robbie Ray's not going to hit 75, and then I'll hit closer to maybe like 60. I could see it putting up 60. Don't get me wrong, but Lamet can give me 50 at least. And so for that price difference, if I can get 50 for that much cheaper, over a 60, I'll take that. You know, you're taking a chance because Robbie Ray he very well could put up 75 again, but that might just only be a Dodger thing. He seems to own the Dodgers. I've never seen somebody own a team like he owns the Dodgers.
It's like pretty crazy. I know, right? It's like too. So I know yesterday I was all on Godly, and it's just kind of crazy. Like those numbers I rattled off for the Padres were like so anemic. It was insane. Like under 100 WRC plus the last 14 days versus right-handed pitching and everything like that. And I think it looks like they put up 5 runs against Godley, and he's been as consistent can get. So it's like you never really know what's going to happen. And tomorrow the Padres could put up 5 against Ray, and you never know. That ruins his day kind of pretty much at 11.4K. So I like it a lot.
To play into what I was saying, like the narrative wise, you have to pay attention to what's going on today with baseball. But that's the perfect example why Lamet's going to get overlooked tomorrow, is because people are like, not really sure who he is, and he's a Padre, and the Padres suck, and they're not making the playoffs. So they just overlook that. It's still like, he's still a solid pitcher. He's won a lot of us some money on GPPs and stuff, and people just aren't going to go that way because there's no real narrative there. The Padres don't have anything to play for, and it's just like you have to understand still like where those sneak little plays are in GPP. Like this time of the season might be more GPP based, where before you're playing $100 cash and 25 GPP and thinking my cash will cover my GPP. Right now, you might be thinking like what's supposed to happen is not really going to happen, and people are not going to be on Lamet because the Padres are not in it. What are they playing for? But it's still like Lamet's nasty, like he's still good. He's a great GPP to play. Like I knew, like Cam, because you and I are Brewer fans, last night with Kershaw and Suter, just knowing kind of like Suter only goes like 3, 4, maybe 5 innings, but the Padres or the Pirates kind of suck against lefties. Yeah, you might have to pitch around McCutchen, but there's still value there. Lamet, it might for the rest of the year, because he's a Padre, might always be a GPP play because he might get overlooked, because people might go towards a Red Sox because the Red Sox has something to play for. So, GPP-wise, that's the time of the year that we should really try to dig deep, and that's why we have these shows and stuff to talk about every game, because anyone can pull up an article tomorrow and say, this is the pitcher for tomorrow, just do this and then you'll be fine. But it's like you have to still find these good gems, right?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely like a psychological aspect to this end of the season. So there's a lot going on, and it's crazy, but that's why you got to be paying attention to it.
Yeah. But that's what I love about you, Cam, is every single day you're going through the same process that I am with every single game. You're not going football on Sunday. It's like football on Sunday, we got money to make.
Right, exactly.
Let's look at this slate. Like, let's look at the early slate. Let's look at the late slate. Let's look at tomorrow's early slate. There's a lot of fun to be had right now.
Yeah, man, I'm still baseball a lot right now. So I'm writing those NFL articles, but pretty much like Monday through Thursday, I'm all baseball, and then Friday comes around and I start leaning more towards football because I got to start focusing on that, and I put a decent amount of money into there. But yeah, I'm still all in on baseball. And
my buddy asked me today. He goes, "Hey, who do you got in the Super Bowl?" I looked at him and I'm like, "Dude, we're 2 weeks in. Like, chill out." Like, we're not talking Super Bowl. Like, this is so baseball. Tomorrow's baseball slate, awesome.
With it.
Love it.
We still got 2 more games to talk about, guys. Josh Tomlin of the Cleveland Indians visiting Ricky Nolasco of the Los Angeles Angels. Wisco, what you got for us, man?
Angels are fighting. They went and got Upton. They went and got Maben. They're fighting for a playoff spot. They always play late. So for the noobs that play DFS,
noobs.
No, honestly, like when you go to set your lineup, if you don't know, like if Justin Upton and Mike Trout don't have like a number next to their name, people are more comfortable with picking someone that they know that is batting second or third or whatever. Angels are they're going for it. The Twins are going for it. There's teams that are freaking going for it, and you got to pay attention to those teams. And Trout is always lower owned because he doesn't have a number next to his name. Maben, Calhoun, Cron. I don't know. Like, Angels are for the rest of the year. I'm in on them. no matter who they're playing against. I don't care. They're going for a playoff spot. That's my take. Narrative.
Yeah. So numbers wise, Josh Tomlin is a guy who I don't want exposure to him for pitching him, but I also don't really target teams against him. He's kind of just a guy who limits damage again. His numbers are a little average, like 1 home run per 9 to both sides. xFIP's sitting around 4. Gives up like 34% hard contact, not a high fly ball rate, and 40% ground balls. So he's kind of middle of the road. And I don't know. I never really attack guys against him. But I think tomorrow, obviously, Ricky Nolasco pitching, we can definitely put some Indians bats in there, like we've been talking about for the last however many weeks with the Indians. Can put the same old guys in there again, man. It's just plug and play. But with Tomlin, it's like
especially if you do that James Shields lineup.
Right, exactly.
Then you can get those bats in.
Yeah, but Tomlin 2 earned, 2 earned, 1 earned, 0 earned, 2 earned, 3 earned, 2 earned. So he's a guy who limits damage again. So I'm not going to be playing any Angels. Trout has that 4.8K price tag, which is too expensive for me. So I won't be going there. And then like these Indians too, Lindor's 4.6. So I think we can get a lot better value there. But we've seen Nolasco susceptible to the home run ball, so I don't have a problem there. But I wouldn't say that the Indians are going to be the first team I look at tomorrow. But they're definitely in play for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think the Indians could go a little overlooked here. They're playing later in the day. We know people don't like to wait. I do think that Vegas is telling you something here as well. As hot as the Indians are, and as well as good of a year Josh Tomlin has had, considering, not that he's some great pitcher, but he's had a decent year for him. Normally he's a guy that we used to like to pick on over the last couple of years. And Alaska was just terrible. So the fact that they're only favored by that much, I don't think it's going to be like a pitching duel. I don't think that's going to be the thing here. So it makes me think that maybe the bats on both sides are alive. But I think the bats here go on their own. These late games always go on their own. And, especially with that Houston game, a lot of people are going to be focusing there for good reason. For good reason. They're chalk, but they're chalk for a reason.
Right.
So these other teams that are normally chalky, like the Indians, etc., just because they're in the ballpark, they might not get as much attention. The streak's over. It's kind of like not exciting anymore, like Wisco was saying,
Yep.
Anyway, Andrew Kashner, the Texas Rangers, visiting Felix Hernandez of the Seattle Mariners.
First off, what do you guys think about Trevor Bauer in the last game?
What did he even do? I don't even know.
No, not in the last game, but just what do you think about Trevor Bauer in general, Cam?
I personally like Trevor Bauer. He's a guy.
All right. Next question. All right. What do we got? CK, what game?
Wow. He's just going to be no, never mind.
What game we got next?
Andrew Kashner of the Texas Rangers visiting Felix Hernandez of the Seattle Mariners, and
yeah,
and Trevor
DK,
Bauer.
you know what I'm talking about with Trevor Bauer? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
he's your favorite player. I know.
Yeah.
I got it on the Christmas list to get you a Bauer jersey. I know.
Kashner, he's that guy that you just you never pick and you never pick on. You just kind of always leave Kashner, in my opinion. I don't know, he was such a high prospect, and then he was so bad, and then it was well, he's not that bad. Kashner is weird. Who'd you say he was going against?
Seattle.
But it's Felix.
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Felix was and what do we know about him? I mean, you can't take him. You can't really pick on him. What do we know about him? The weather tonight was 50 degrees. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of a weird game to me, all in general. Like I said, that's why I like having Cam on, because he digs into the stats a little bit more. But at a first, how I look at it, how I approach it, first look, I'm Felix Hernandez, pass. I don't know. This game is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, so these are going to be pitchers that you're not going to want to target tomorrow. Cashner's a lot better at home than he is on the road. So,
which is weird,
yeah,
isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Texas is a hitting ballpark too. Yeah,
right.
Who knows? Can't explain.
Better
that.
when it's 120 degrees, apparently.
Yeah, it's 50 degrees in Seattle tomorrow, so that's an automatic kind of little flag for me there. Tonight we see it's a 3-1 ball game. It's about the same temperature there tonight. So although the Mariners are projected 5 runs, so that's kind of interesting. Cashner's a guy that we can attack a little bit on the left side with the left-handed bats. He's not going to really K anyone, so that's kind of a plus there for those Seattle Mariners bats. He has an xFIP of 5.94 versus the left-handed hitter. So if I'm going with Seattle bats, I'm going to go with guys like Kyle Seager, I would think, Cano, and then Yonder Alonso's there now. And also you can get Ben Gamel for a little cheaper at the bottom of the order. And then I don't know that last guy's name, CK. I don't know how you can pronounce, if you can pronounce that for me, but he's in play. 2.1K. What's his name? Heredia.
Heredia. I think you got it right. I don't know. I find it funny that you're asking me to pronounce. I'm actually terrible at pronouncing a lot of these names, so I find it funny that you're asking me. I'm like, oh, me?
I'm giving you crap because yesterday Joe was busting your balls about pronouncing that guy's name.
Despaigne.
Who was Despaigne and what the fuck is his name? Galvingo or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, so. Gaviglio.
Yeah. Yeah, I just butchered his name, so holy shit.
That backfired quick.
Yeah, exactly. So I like one-offs, maybe like a 2-4 or 3-5 mini with Cano and Seager versus Cashner, but with the temperatures, I'm probably not going to go there tomorrow. But I have no interest in Hernandez, nor interest in really these Texas bats. I mentioned yesterday on the podcast that they are a struggling bunch. They have a really low WRC plus, and they've been K'ing at 27 to 30% rate, whether you look at it at 14 days or last 7 days. So I don't like touching cold offenses at all in cold temperatures. So that just doesn't seem like a good mix to me. So I will be staying away. With that being said, though, I don't have interest in Felix either. So probably not much exposure to this game.
Yeah, don't blame me at all. I mean, like you said, cold temperatures. We don't know what kind of pitch count Felix is going to be on. They haven't really let him, go fully. He's had a lot of injury issues, right. And even so, he hasn't really been the same for a while. Hey guys, appreciate you hanging out, man. We got through it. It's a lot to talk about. You guys were did a good job, man. I appreciate you.
We're stacking James Shields tomorrow,
brah, and
and we're going from there. So should be a successful day.
I mean, at this time of the year, I mean, the ownership is just crazy, So you look at Donaldson's like 60%, but you said he doesn't hit those pitches well. It was a good fade. I mean,
so I wanna mention today. I texted you guys in that group chat because if I like my process kind of is if I'm gonna be paying 4.2K for someone, I want to know that they're like a slam dunk pick. But so I was doing a lot of research today, and actually with the pitching change, it like fucked up all my thing. But against Gaviglio or whatever his name is.
Gaviglio.
Yeah, so Donaldson was a guy. I've been working on that heat map stuff lately on Fangraphs, so I've been trying to see if I can figure that out. It's pretty interesting. I've been looking. You can go on Fangraphs and you can look at the heat maps of the pitchers and kind of compare it with the hitters, kind of where they like it, the ISOs in areas versus certain pitches. And then I noticed that Gaviglio,
bro. Gaviglio. You gotta say it like you know it. You gotta be like Gaviglio. Like I got Gaviglio.
he worked down and away in the zone, and Donaldson was just mashing pitches up in the zone. But then the switch to Ian Kennedy just messed everything up. So I just faded him all around. And I know like a guy like Olsen who's been mashing lately, even lefty on lefty. I liked him, so I used that 4.2K, I think it was, on a guy I felt more comfortable with. But just process-wise, if you're paying up for a guy like that, do your research and make sure that he's going to be a slam dunk, because a lot of people can game log chase. Like Donaldson was obviously going to be popular. He had 50, 40, 28, whatever. So do your research, and also that's why we're here at Wise Take to kind of help you out with that. But
on Cam, we're going to keep. I mean, we're thinking about football, but we're going to keep grinding baseball. I mean, football's weekly. Baseball, like I'm already in on tomorrow's slate because it's sooner than the football. So I want to play cash games on. I mean, like
somebody didn't watch my video about delayed gratification.
I know, but it doesn't matter if it's $5 or whatever. It's
I'm just kidding, man.
You can kind of still pay attention to that, but we still got this. I'm all in. I don't want baseball to go away. I love baseball. I've learned so much.
Right around the corner, man.
I know, but I love baseball. Like, you guys have taught me so much about baseball that I'm ready for next season.
I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy to hear that, man. That's exactly what our goal was when we started everything, was to teach people the game, man. So it's good to know. Guys, check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/wisetake, and make sure you like the page. I've been posting Facebook-only videos on weekdays. Just something real quick, just a little message to send out. Sometimes it's tips, sometimes it's a rant. Who knows what you might get. But it's only available on Facebook. So go over and go to facebook.com/wisetake and like the page for us. Again, if you want to see more, if you want to talk to Cam, you can obviously hit him up on Twitter at Cam with a K, G, DFS. And of course, you can talk to both Wisco and Cam in the Wise Take chat, where a lot of us end up strategizing before each slate. You can find Wisco on Twitter at WiscoDFS. Of course, you can also find him running the Wise Take Twitter at Wise_Take. If you are, matter of fact, while Wisco's on the show, we could say if you use promo code Facebook, save yourself 10% off of your Wise Take subscription. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, click that thumbs up. That like button means a lot to us. Subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on Podbean, give us a follow. If you're listening on iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Even if you're watching on YouTube or listening on Podbean, go over to iTunes and give us some 5-star reviews. Bump us up.
Can I say one thing quick too? If we got something that, if you have an idea on how we can help you, just message us. Like if we have a special for you to sign up with us, whatever, just message us, reach out to us. We want to make everybody better because we love the industry. This company is all about a community, helping everybody, and just kind of teaching you how to play cash games, how to do research, how to do GPPs, everything. It's a lot of fun, and it's a great group of guys. So if you have questions, if you're not sure about the package you want to sign up for, just message us. I'll respond to you right away. I mean, I'm watching for those messages. Just do it. Just reach out to us. We want to help you guys. We want to grow our team. We want to see you in the chat. We want to see you on the live videos. We want to see your screenshots. We want to see you make money. I have friends that constantly I'm reaching out to saying, we can help you. We can help you. And we can. You think you're good at fantasy football? You are. But DFS is a different game. And we're going to look into different things. I mean, there's analytics. There's a lot of different stuff. And it'll make you think differently, and you'll do better. So just check us out. Message us. Reach out, message anybody, message Cam, message CK, message Patio, message myself. Just tell us what kind of player you are, and we want to help you guys. And it's good for the industry. Like CK taught me, it's good for the industry. Let's go. DFS all the way, right? We do. Who all's up top? Let's go.
Hey, that deserves. If we were like physically around each other, I'd clap for you right now.
All right, but I mean that's what it is. That's I'm passionate about it because I've been in different groups before. I've been in all kinds of different groups: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, email, all this stuff. This is the best. I mean, this has changed my life, and I love it. So join the team. Please do.
Someone today DM'd me and they were asking me for some advice, and I just asked them about what kind of player they were and everything, and I kind of was able to pinpoint what they were kind of doing wrong. I got into this industry very raw. I didn't know anything about anything. I was playing the wrong game types, selecting the wrong games, not playing cash, playing those big GPPs, chasing those rewards. And a lot of people don't understand that it's a very slow process to build that bankroll, especially if
Trust
you're not.
The process.
Right, exactly. So we're here to help you, and it's a great community. So
thank you, CK. I mean, you started it, man. I mean, you're doing it all, and we're all on board. I mean, we're all in. Let's go.
No, I appreciate that. You guys definitely appreciate all the work the team does. Okay, so for Wisco, for Cam, and for myself, on behalf of the entire Wise Take Nation.
Good luck!
There it is.
Good luck, fella!